But, it's just various things. But yeah, I want to recap the way that things went. So Friday I went to the art walk, got some free stuff, drank a Red Bull, I took that with me, went inside the stores, saw some art, a lot of horror stuff going on, but I just wound up kind of befuddled. But I did go to half the stuff and then had my night. So beyond that, I was up, I stayed up, went to garage sales in the morning, saw the newscast, and went and saw radio stations and restaurants. So there were some folks that did offer me food, and I was, that's just the whole situation is, when folks will attempt to reason with you, the biggest thing that bothers me when I decide to, trying to look for the word, congregate, is that someone just starting the conversation with you, it makes you expected to have the next thing to say. And that's really the whole problem is, it's like, hey, would you like to try this? And it's like, well, the first thing you want to ask is, what is it? But then it's like, the assumption is kind of there where it's like, oh, I guess I'm all of a sudden a connoisseur of hamburgers. That's kind of the thing is, it's expected that, the people who get in the 5 and 10 minute conversations are the ones that, talk about hamburgers, but can say, oh, did you know hamburgers are originally from Australia or some crap like that? It makes you wonder where the knowledge is retained from. So that's about the only thing that pisses me off is it's just like, hey, the show started, you're on stage, work with it. And it's like, who said? I don't recall the lights going on. I don't recall getting the microphone, to continue this metaphor. I don't recall the cameras showing up in front of my face. So it's just like, where did this come from? But, that's a big thing. So, yeah, I just appear jaded, but I'm just more of a realist. That's really the whole thing. But, I guess the humor in it is intact, really. Supposing that you understand my weekend. It's not finished. Tomorrow, if I really wanted to, I could visit that game thing, that game expo, and then I could also watch a football game. But as far as the rest of that's concerned, so I guess I could sum up in like a minute and a half what I thought of what was going on. So I'm trying to think. So I kind of felt like a horse that keeps whipping horseflies with his tail. That's really what it felt like to me. I feel like, I've got a big horse rump that a bunch of flies are landing on my ass and I have to keep swishing them away. And the horse can't scratch its ass. It has to use primarily its tail. So it's, of course, going to get bit up. So that's kind of the situation that was going on. And the proverbial housefly was just me having to endure. So that's kind of the thing. So trying to look to further implement this sort of thing. I know you're probably looking for like some sort of housewarming effect and some telltale knowledge, but you're not really going to find, you'll find none of that here. So, but it is autumn, it's cool out, and so the mosquitoes are actually not out in abundance. So I'm thinking soon enough I will probably go out to that shed. But